Hey, what's up, YouTube? This video is an update on what's going on with the channel, the potential for a second channel in the works, and kicking off a weekly series here of me yapping over a Mahjong game. I don't want to make it more complicated than that for now, so I'm gonna hop right into the game and get into the yapping. Quick note before I get started here. First, you're gonna see a game where I win. Don't want you to see any of these demonic games down here. They're kind of, you know what I mean? But why Mahjong? Mahjong's pretty chill. Oh, let me get the music going. Give me a sec. The in-game music's good, but I got something better. Oh yeah, so why Mahjong? I picked it up about, almost 2 years ago. And it's easily become one of those games that I go back to as a staple. Kind of like how I treat Genshin and Path of Exile and Diablo 3. I think those are the only games that I visit. Oh, and fighting games, right? Yeah, those two. But yeah, Mahjong's pretty dope. It's a great comfy game where you can be sweaty about it because it's low APM. You're just playing tiles. It's almost turn-based, even though there's a timer. It's low APM, so you don't really have to worry about being exhausted from a physical or mentally taxing day at the work, or whatever you were doing. Anyway, I stalled enough. Let me get the game going. Alright, so the meat and potatoes. Why are we making this video? I want to stream more and do video content. Ugh, I can hear my voice inflecting up already. When I'm going off the script here, so you can kind of hear the voice change. But when I first started recording and streaming this last week, I remember struggling to talk while a game of Mahjong was going. So I decided, when I did eventually make this video and this content series of a weekly yap session with Mahjong in the background, I would have to do it post-match, because I would get caught up on the game and my brain wasn't good enough with talking while playing. That'll probably be something that comes over time. But why do I bring that up? Oh, my comfort level with my voice. When I'm reading off a script, I can hear it. You know how when you're giving a presentation on something, or I don't know, you're doing a work report meeting, you're speaking to a superior or whatever, there's a change. At least I feel. Maybe it's a combination of nerves or just wanting to get through the material, right? So it's something you hear because you hear your voice all the time, if that makes any sense. Also, asshole. My hand was looking pretty good there. Alright, meat and potatoes though. Like I said, I want to stream more and do video content. Long story short, do I have to hit confirm? I see. This is my first time using the replay feature, so we kind of have to be a little active here. Oh, and I have to hit play each time? Oh, alright. Next time when we're recording Mahjong videos, note to self, future Andrew, just do a recording and then let it play as a video, because this is kind of annoying. It's the pilot episode though. We move. It'll be better. We make progress. Anyway, long story short, I don't really enjoy what I do for work, and the career journey I've kind of set myself on it's made me a little under the weather. And because of that, I've thought a lot about wanting to do things outside of work that uh, bring my spirits up, you know? I find that the day to day I am drained because of work, and then I'm spiritually exhausted to want to do anything else. So I have to sort of step in my own way to make sure that I don't forget that life isn't really just about doing a shitty job. um, but yeah, it'll be a good paying stable gig once I finish up the apprenticeship, and I'll probably learn to like certain aspects of the job, especially when I'm not making minimum wage. Money plays a big part in enjoying doing tasks. But part of coping with my professional life for now is reintroducing fun, like I said earlier, to the daily grind. It's funny, I'm going at off script again. It's funny how when you do go off script and then trying to lock back in and you realize you made that point a little bit later. So you end up referencing yourself and tripping over it. I'm leaving all this in, by the way. Normally I would cut that out, but it's already 6 p.m. my time. I'm running out of hours of the day to get this video up, and I promised Sherry that I would get this video out today. So let's keep it moving. What I like to do is try and entertain friends, family, new people that stop by playing games, working through my backlog. So that's what we're going to try and do. The streaming so far is pretty good. Like I said before, we came back earlier this last week. Oh, hold on. Wait, is this the same hand? It is. Hold on. Wait, no, it's they won. So it's East 2, the second East 2. Right? Okay. My bad, Mahjong. You're right. I had issues with my internet connection earlier this week. Come to find out, Verizon has been throttling my upload speeds for quite a while, and I never really noticed or didn't bother with complaining about it because even the throttled speed was enough really for any of my day-to-day purposes where you're just downloading games and playing stuff. But trying to stream again, I was getting very laggy, choppy streams. So I hit them up trying to resolve the issue, and you got to do that whole charade of, yes, I turned off my router, yes, I turned off the modem, yes, I waited a couple of minutes, yes, I did your version of the speed test, and they were instead trying to sell me on new packages that they were offering loyal customers such as myself. And really what they wanted to do, instead of simply resetting shit on their end, try to get me the upload that I pay for monthly, they would upgrade my plan where I would have my router and modem here updated, but I would pay for the installation and the units, but still receive the same service. So I would be paying them for the equipment needed to receive the service I pay for. Does that make any? I mean, I struggle to find the sense in that where I pay, like 90, $100 for the gigabit that I get. And they're saying, yeah, your shit's old. We're going to come in and we're going to replace the devices you have. You'll get your service again, but we're going to need you to pay for these new devices. That's the part I was struggling with, and it got me very frustrated. So I went around them and I just got my own router because that solved my issue. I don't know what they do with their magical router, but that shit was throttling my upload speeds incredibly. And now it's not, so we solved that problem. The last time we streamed was for Final Fantasy 16 back in November. Yeah, I think that was the last time. But now we're back. And part of the reason why I came back, besides, you know, trying to seek out the fun that I would like to incorporate into my life actively, is Mimi. She went to go visit her mom, and normally when she goes away, I like to throw up some Animal Crossing videos because that's how I cope with her not being here. You know, when it's lonely in the house and it's just me and the cat. Oh yeah. Let me see. Honest hand. Hold up. Yeah. 3 Han. It's not that bad. But yeah, normally when she goes to visit her mom, I'll make a couple of Animal Crossing videos and then I'll send them her way. The last couple have been privated because, you know, I just wanted something for her to have. But I wanted to get back into the streaming, so I incorporated it into the daily games that we were playing, which right now are just Genshin, because I dropped Wuthering Waves. And I'm kind of in between Path of Exile right now. Oh, sorry. I got caught up on this hand watching. I'm like, damn, it looks good. I don't think I win this hand because this game is very low scoring. I think the Right Lord gets it off of like a 2 Han hand or something. So yeah, we've been playing Animal Crossing every day, struggling to get a fishing rod. Because that's the only thing I like to do in the original Animal Crossing is just fish up some red snappers and black knife jaws and just pay for the house that way. So those days are quick. We're just logging in, seeing Tom not have the fishing rod, be pissed off, run around, collect our fossils, and then call it a day. Oh, it looks like in the script I had a joke here about Stardew and making fun of it. I'm not really going to say it because I wasn't reading it, but Stardew's not for me. In fact, for me, it's giga ass, but I understand it's a good game. But I'm not playing that shit no more. Oh, it was Crosslord that won the hand. I originally, going back to the script, started I started screaming at him. No. I originally started streaming to tackle my backlog and have a space for like close friends and family to stop by and see some games to chat. But for that reason, I also want to keep my streams like that. I'm pretty candid and maybe a little bit more softly spoken when I'm just being myself rather than my online persona that I like to kind of put up whenever I'm doing things with buds online. Also, kind of random, but I'm just noticing now that the voice thing is completely covering up the tiles. Maybe for future episodes I won't do the voice thing or like move it elsewhere. Sorry about that. Didn't consider that. I'm gonna leave it there though, because I'm not fucking with that right now. But yeah, going back to the stream vibe, I just kind of want to keep it like that going forward. I don't really want to ham it up too much. If I do, it would be like in video content or keeping that like with my Discord buds, you know? It'll sneak in every now and again because there is that inner gremlin in me that is that person that's sort of being loud, but it won't be an intentional focus for at least this video series of a weekly Mahjong gap. But it's got me think. Oh, let me start the next game. Damn, South 2 is pretty fast. Might have to play another game. But it's got me thinking about what I want to do with the channel portion here. And I've been stuck on it for a long time because I don't know how to do it effectively. So here, I figured since I've made this channel a secondary stream source for VODs to exist. And I don't want to commit videos that can get lost in that space, you know? There's a reality where VODs are managed and delisted on the uploads, but made available via like playlist or whatever. But I don't got time for that. I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna meet you guys in the middle and compromise with this little experiment first. This weekly or bi-weekly Mahjong Yap. One minimum upload per week is okay for now. Was that me? Fuck. I fed into the king of games. I think this guy, he busters out at last place too. King of losing, but he's got the sick skin. Where was I? I wouldn't be opposed to a second video, so like there's a 2 video a week cadence on this channel. But I would like to get comfortable first because I'm kind of taking a couple of steps forward and I don't want to put too much on the plate right now. I don't want to make all these, not promises, but expectations and then fumble and then not do anything with it, because I've already done that a couple of times. And I'd like to follow through with this. There will at least be a playlist for these weekly uploads, so if for whatever reason you can't find it in the sea of VODs that'll be on this channel, you can just look at the playlist and you should be able to find that week's upload for the episode. In saying this, though, there's almost certain potential for a second channel, though, where I do make episodic content and things that are more honed in or focused on like a particular game or a particular style or activity. Holy shit, double reaching. All right, we got to survive this round. Okay, thank God. Easy, we don't have to play defense. Right Lord will just continue flexing their gift of humanity, which is being dealt tiles for doing nothing, for just existing. Wish that were me. Going back to the second channel, the idea behind that channel would be a central. Oh, hold on. Come on, man. Yeah, this Mahjong shit, the replay feature sucks ass, bro. The idea behind the channel would be a central theme on high functioning, good enough gameplay. I think part of creating a channel is trying to figure out like what niche you want to fulfill, especially if you're trying to garner an audience, right? Or have a centralized theme to the person stopping by, because you could definitely just upload whatever, right? You know, upload Genshin content, upload Path of Exile content, upload fighting games, upload Mahjong, upload Yu-Gi-Oh, upload Pokemon. Like you can just shoot at all angles, but your net is so wide that your target audience could be a little affected on him. Got his ass, by the way. Enjoy my 2-han hand. Oh, is the game over here? Ah, shit, it is. Hold on. I'll put on another game for you guys, but let me just I gotta exit all this menu shit. Oh fuck, I meant to go back to the log. Alright. We'll play the one where I fed instead. Okay. Note to self, future Andrew, please record Mahjong. This micromanaging while talking, even at a script level, is low-key painful. But yeah, spreading such a wide net on a channel means that you can't really allow your audience to watch with something in mind, because the only consistent variable in those situations is the streamer or slash content creator themselves, right? And I haven't really established myself outside of my friends and family as like who I am. Why would you be watching or listening to anything that I'm doing? And while I'm flattered that, you know, that my friends and family do listen to my stuff, it's not what I'm focusing on for that second channel. I definitely want that to be a bridge for people to watch my shit, you know? So going back again to the high functioning, good enough gameplay, I'm aiming for the casual tryhard who enjoys baby games, because baby games are pretty fun. Initial ideas that I roll out would just be the stuff that I already play, because it's stuff that I'm interested in. Essentially, for now, it'd be Genshin and like the patch cycle endgame activities like Theater, Abyss, Stygian, and I'll probably do an account overview as well, so people tuning in kind of understand like what my ideologies and methodologies are to pulling, and what I want to do with the game and why I enjoy it as a daily driver. You know, I'd also like to do Pokemon Champions. They have a ranked mode and it's fun. I've played singles so far, but the traditional format for competitive ranked is doubles, and I've never played doubles at all. Like even on Pokemon Showdown, it just really wasn't an interest to me. Probably because the games originally make you play singles, and when the Pokemon Company went to, I guess, legitimize like a play format, you see more Pokemon with doubles, and you also have more strategies with doubles because it's 4 moving sets of variables on the field. So those would be the 2 things that I would like to dip into in the channel for now. I have other ideas, but they're not as fleshed out, so I don't really want to put them like voice to video right now as like commitments for things that you should look forward to, because they're nowhere near in the thought process of being something I'd like to record yet. When I do create that second channel though, I'll be sure to shout it out over here. There'll be links in, you know, video descriptions and whatnot for people that want to digest both channels. And when you do get exposed to it and you like them both, then, you know, subscribe to one, subscribe to both. Do what you got to do. But let me get a plan in motion first for that second channel. Yeah, so I don't have a concrete start date to it, but I'd like to get it off the ground before the summer ends, because my school year will start up in the fall, like right around after Labor Day. So sometime before Labor Day, you should expect to see that channel pop up, assuming I follow through on these prospective thoughts. With that's business 1 out of the way. You know, video streaming, I think I covered all the bounds. I didn't cover a streaming schedule. I didn't write that in the script. I'll go a little off right now I'm streaming every day because Animal Crossing is every day, so it gives that quick 15 to 20 second 15 to 20 minute dopamine of like a day in the life of GameCube Animal Crossing. And then there's also the Genshin dailies that I'm doing, which, that's like an easy 3 to 4 minutes. I'm also currently playing Pseudo Regalia. It's one of those backlog games that we voted on the straw poll, and it's been beating my ass because your boy's been playing it at like the last hour or two of each weekday, where my mind is the most exhausted. And who knew you had to have a lucid mind when playing a Metroidvania? So we've been moving through it slowly, but it's been pretty fun so far. I really like the movement in that game. But going back to stream schedule, I don't really have a schedule. Again, the stream is going to be pretty laid back. Right now, since I'm working mornings, it'll almost guaranteed to be US Eastern time slot for evenings, because that'll be when I have time. Oh my god, did I just feed? This is how I lost. Oh, okay, it's just a manga. Not that bad. We all know how this game ends, though, so it was that bad. But yeah, the stream, it'll happen when it does. If you would like notifications for it, you can, pull up the Twitch. It's the same name as this channel, Twitch Drew Cherry. The YouTube channel, it'll always be dual streamed if I can help it. We're past the days of Final Fantasy 16 where that game is beating up my computer so much I could only stream to YouTube for the latter part of it. But yeah, you have both ways to watch the streams. So now moving past the content, for those who don't know me, and even for some of y'all who do, I'm in an electrical apprenticeship, and I'm about to finish up my first year for it's a 5.5-year program, so 1 down, 4.5 to go. And for lack of better words, it's been a tough first year. How I found myself choosing this field is, a story I can probably tell another time. But the TLDR is my frustration with being miserable in each job I've held has led me to seek out like a program like this that streamlines the process of obtaining a set of skills. Oh my god, did I get wronged on? That feels bad. And it's by the King of Games. Alright, now we're down to our last 6K. Let's see. But yeah, each job that I've taken prior to this has been rough for me, and this program will give you a set of skills that is profitable because everyone needs electricity, and at the end of the apprenticeship you make a pretty decent salary. So this first year struggling through minimum wage in New York City, it's a little tough, but we move. Second year's here, we're about to get that dollar pay bump. I'd say if I had to rank my first year on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd have to break it down into 3 categories. Yeah. The first category is the educational component that they ask of apprentices. There's 2 semesters a year, a spring and a fall semester, where I have to commit every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon to receive instruction on electrical theory on Tuesdays, and then a grab bag labor studies class on Thursday. Um, I was pretty lucky to have a really good uh, electrical theory teacher, and funnily enough, that was the highlight of my first year. Kind of looking forward to those Tuesdays afternoons to kind of be with people of my same level uh, in the program, as well as having like a teacher there that made me feel like they cared about what I learned and how I understood the material, rather than just trying to rush through a job or like kind of move on despite whether my understanding for the material was there or not. The labor studies classes are kind of capped, honestly, because I have my bachelor's degree, and just this random grab bag of classes teaching you how to read and write, but the topics are, the labor, right? What is it? Not the golden era. I forget the tagline for it, but pretty much where like OSHA and all that stuff got formed. It's that like time period, and then like the various forms of media that have been affected by labor and union rights. But for a lot of people doing the program, they're like fresh out of high school or in between careers like I am, or whatever it may be. The program, the apprenticeship, part of what they're aiming for is to have like highly educated electricians, and it may feel like a waste of time for me, but I understand their values in trying to give people like an associate's degree along with their electrical theory, so that they're multifaceted in the field. But luckily for me, since I do have that bachelor's degree, normally the labor studies courses, there's 9 courses altogether, but I get to skip 4 of them. So come my 3rd year, I'll be done with the Thursday component of education, whereas like people who don't have a college degree will be taking classes pretty much throughout the whole program. All in all, I'd say for the learning component of the apprenticeship, 8.5 out of 10. Again, it's easily the most enjoyable part of the program so far, and I look forward to it, in the fall when it starts back up. The second component is the working part. So with the apprenticeship, along with learning and going to school, they also assign you a company to work with. And there are companies that are sort of partnered with the apprenticeship, so that, do I lose here? I do lose here. I gotta put on a 3rd game. All right, give me a sec. I gotta buy mine this game. Hold up. We kind of cooked here. So yeah, the work component, you work with a company that is partnered with the apprenticeship, and what's the way to say it? I don't have much to say because I'm currently working. But score wise, I gave it a 3 out of 10. Last category though for the apprenticeship would be the secondary learning experience that the apprenticeship asked of the applicants or of the people participating, and that's a twice a year sort of weekly boot camp that you have to do at a learning facility in the city. My first week there was pretty brutal. Actually, I was easily the greenest person there, and my lack of practice and my lack of skills was very like evident with the with the students there, with the teachers there, and of course within myself because I'm looking from the inside out, and I'm like, damn, man, we don't know shit. But it made me realize also that while I do like to learn new things, and I have a pretty uh, dense prior background in education, I'm very hard on myself, especially when it comes to not being good at the thing that I'm learning. I don't derive intrinsic enjoyment out of learning about this field about electrical work, but it's interesting to try and understand how it works. Like we're surrounded by outlets and shit, and power lines, and uh, all these different pipes, uh, pipes, all these different like conduit setups and PVC, and it's nice once you get that information to sort of put context when you experience it in the real world. Like, for example, the parking garage that I park my car in uh, has shit piping. It looks like a hack did it. And I could only make that assessment because I've seen what good, conduit and PVC work looks like, because I get to see it on a day-by-day basis when I'm at work. I found, however, like the moments where I could see improvement with my work to be enjoyable. So the silver lining for not enjoying learning is like the struggle of knowing that you're not good at something, but because you've made effort at it, you're better at it on the next day than you were previously. So like going in on Monday, I didn't know shit about, I don't know, let's say wiring, for example. But ending that week on Friday, I could at the very least tell you what like a switch leg was, or like, why you need a neutral for something, right? And while those moments are, at least in my eyes, they're pretty small, but they are something new that I didn't know, and I have to kind of slow down sometimes, especially within. Oh, here's my Baimon, big Baimon. I have to slow down and appreciate this process. Do try to enjoy bettering myself, even if electricity is not my passion. Oh my god, I started out with 54k points and I got second still. All right, even though I got second, I threw this game too. Oh jeez. Let's see, where was I here? The first week I went to that boot camp facility, more or less. It was rough for me because I felt like I was going in there with nothing, and even though I left knowing a little bit more, I was still feeling very uneasy about my skills and understanding. The second week going in, I felt like I had a better standing of if I was comparing that first week to the second week. Like I felt like I was in a better place with the electrical material and being able to converse and elaborate on like issues that I have with my learning process. I was still the greenest person there. That part didn't change. It feels like everyone, well, maybe it's just it's too small sample sizes, but it is interesting feeling you're at the like lower end of the classroom, and that's not to say like general aptitude is low or anything like that, but like the what you bring to the table initially is low. So there's a lot of value for me going in because I don't know anything, so I have a lot to learn. But I imagine for those people who are really proficient with their wiring or really strong with their conduit bending skills, that the week in the city might feel a little bit like a drag because they're just sort of reviewing things versus me who's like learning 80 things a day kind of deal. And that's always something to keep in mind when you're evaluating an experience like this. I do find these weekly boot camps twice a year to be really helpful. It's kind of a shame that it can only be done twice a year because prior to those weeks in the city, my current jobs don't really give me a lot of opportunities to splice wire or bend conduit or hell, even like strip wire, you know, with my pliers and like using my tools. So I have a lot of appreciation for when my name is up to go into that boot camp. Only thing that's really rough is having to get up at 4 a.m. to travel to the city. But that aside, I'd give the program a 7 out of 10. Now, the nice thing about the overall apprenticeship is that there's a yearly rotational system where I'll be moved around to different companies for a couple times throughout the years. So there's a chance that my score for the work component could go up, depending on, you know, how the different work environments may play with my current knowledge. I'm sure you can hear, though, that despite some of the good scores I've given the first year experience, that there's a tinge of negativity floating amidst the evaluation. There's where am I? Oh yeah, tinge of negativity. There's plenty of Master Chief videos telling you to power through Soja, right? But you know, we're going through the day by day. We're standing tall. Oh, actually, I guess I was never really upfront about this. If I could squeeze money out of this video streaming stuff, I'd probably do that over chasing like a career. Like, don't get it twisted. I understand the need for career fulfillment, right? But part of the misery is like having no money. And even right now, while I'm chasing this career, it's like no money still. I got 5.5 years of no money before I make some money. And by the time I make some money, that some money might not be as valuable as the some money of today. So it's, you know, it always comes down to a money issue. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that was a fast hand. And we're still in East 3? Let's see. Where am I? Oh, here we are. There's a benefit in life to playing to your strengths. Yeah. How did I get here? Another video. Oh, okay, I see. Damn. Stopping to have to hit play on this Mahjong video is like constantly throwing me off. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have this shit sorted out for episode 2. There's a benefit. There's a benefit to life being easier when you solve issues by playing to your strengths. Again, another video idea for later, but I'm sure I'll jot this down. But I like to think being funny and being entertaining comes easy when I'm with my friends and family. So why not me? And it's part of the reason why I've always thought about the idea of streaming and doing video content. Um, if we're being, if we're being serious, after making like close friends and family laugh and enjoy the time around me, why not leverage that for something else? This is being recorded on a Sunday, so I'm coming down from doing chores before the work week, and I'm being influenced a little bit by my last activity of doing a little bit of grocery shopping. My local supermarket chain is absolutely shitting the bed right now with some of their redesigns that they're doing in the aisles. I think they might have gotten like new management or something, or maybe they had like a district managerial meeting about how going forward we should be moving product like this. So, all power to them. There is probably a methodology to how to sell more product by putting related objects next to each other, or their placement in the store to get more people to see these items and buy them. But it's complete dog ass right now. Like, it is terrible. It's like the first time I've seen so many workers in the aisle, because the people don't know where things are, the workers don't know where things are. It's, kind of a scavenger hunt 24/7 now. And because of that, it's making a lot of people stand around more than usual, just like hitting that NPC idle state. And sometimes they lock up in the center of the aisle, and it pisses me off because it's like, I understand things are tough to try to figure out, where the new thing is, what are you looking for, but politely scooch to the side. You have people behind you, in front of you, trying to walk up and down these aisles. Also, asshole, my stick. I am just bleeding that money. But at least we're finally out of these three. God damn. But yeah, grocery shopping pissed me off today. But the change up here would be that I go to a different supermarket, and I've been kind of considering switching up to Costco because I have one within my vicinity. But the only thing that makes my current supermarket work so well is that it's close to the laundromat that I go to wash my clothes and bed sheets. And usually when I put the clothes in the dryer, it gives me about like 50 minutes to go do something. And usually I squeeze that grocery shopping in that 50-minute block. If I went to Costco is kind of like a 1 hour plus endeavor, which would mean that I couldn't be as efficient with the time for chores. So that's like an argument for my shitty supermarket right now, and that's playing good for them, because I don't want to give up that efficiency for now, at least not until I have a better solution, right, for laundry. Oh, also, when I was shopping, normally when I'm going there weekly, I'm looking for things to get throughout the week, and that includes like food while I'm working, right? And since I'm mornings, food is more breakfast lunchy than like lunch/dinner when I was working evenings. And for me, I don't like to eat too heavy in the mornings. Normally I'm a coffee guy. Maybe I'll have like a protein bar or something, keep it very nice and light. I also do like yogurt too, like Greek yogurt. But I get to mix them moving shit around in the supermarket, they increased the price of these protein bars. Oh my god, we gotta go to a fourth game. Where are we? Oh my god, this is almost 50 minutes so far. That's pretty good. I was kind of worried that this first episode would be like 10-15 minutes of me doing a very small yap and then moving on with my day. All right, we can watch the next one where I get my ass absolutely beat. But yeah, so I go to the protein bar aisle wherever it is now. It's like next to, I don't even know. It's like next to not candy bars. It's like next to cookies. Instead, when they used to be like in the nutritional aisle next to like the popcorn and nuts and shit. They want $4 for a protein bar. That's nuts. That's over 5 days. That's $20 that you're paying for 5 little protein bars. When with that same money, you could buy like, I don't know, eggs at my current supermarket are like $2 a dozen, right? So $2 a dozen times 10. That's 120. You could get 120 eggs for that same $20 and just have king omelets every day for those 5 days. You'd probably be sick of eggs after that 5th day. Going through 12 dozen eggs, no, 10 dozen eggs, and 5 is pretty rough. But yeah, it's $4. I'm not spending $4 on protein bars, so I got a little upset. I didn't do anything, obviously. I was just, huffing and puffing. Mimi's not around, so, like, I can only huff and puff to myself. And to Hula, our cat, when I get home. But now I get to vent to you guys, too. Fuck $4 protein bars, bro. Alright, besides that was actually my last talking point, so... that's it for this pilot episode. If you if you enjoyed this, please let me know. I'm actually really curious to know, besides the troubleshooting and shit with the Mahjong video playing, if you liked me rambling, because I'll probably do it a couple more times and see how it sticks, how I feel about it. And I felt pretty okay with generating up this little script and allowing myself to go off script every now and again to fill in some space, allow some awkward space in between too, and kind of let it rock, because we're a one take channel here for this type of video, so what you hear is what you get. This is all done within that first take. For me, it's a little daunting to take a step forward and put myself out there, like with this video and streaming content stuff. It's part of what has stopped me from like trying in the first place. But the older I get, like the more I realize you kind of have to fight for that stuff that you do enjoy, and if you don't, time's just gonna go by, right? So why not at the very least try and do something that could work out, I'd say, it's almost like a cornerstone mindset you should have for yourself. Chasing those things that make you happy, whatever it is, as long as it's safe and legal, of course. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great week coming up. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll let the Mahjong video play out to the end here. Looks like the hand is about to end, and there's more game here, so what I'll do is I'll skip to the very last hand where I bust her out, so you can enjoy me hitting that sweet 4th place. All right. But yeah, again, if you enjoyed this, please let me know, friends and family, and new people. If you've enjoyed this too, please let me know in the comments. All right. I'll see y'all next week in the next one. All right. Peace. Oh wait, I said I was gonna let this play out. All right. Let's do a little play-by-play here. Our hand has Red Dragon, 1 Dora, and we're waiting for a 5, and we didn't get it. And the little shit on the right of me got a nice little Mahjong plus hand. All right. Now I'm tabbing out. You won't hear me for the rest of the video, but I'll play that last hand out so you can enjoy that 4th place like I mentioned. All right. See you next week. Peace.